Now, we're going to be going over a guy, in my opinion, who I was not happy really when we signed him at the in free agency. I wasn't extremely mad, but I wasn't extremely happy either. I know a lot of Lions fans were happy when we signed the guy. But that's Marcus Davenport, who we're talking about in today's video. Marcus Davenport, in my opinion, he gets way too much hate. He's a very talented defensive end, but I understand where Lions fans and even my opinion come from. From the fact that why we don't want him. And that's because how inconsistent he is and how healthy he is. He's never healthy. And that's the problem we have. And that is, I believe, the main reason why the Lions fans have the problem that they do with him. Marcus Davenport, always been a fan of him. Loved when he was on the Saints. Loved when he was on the Vikings. Matter of fact, I actually had him as one of my targets for last offseason. The main reason why I was not happy when we signed him is because we gave him $6.5 million with up to $10 million. That's the main reason why I did not like when we signed him last season. Marcus Davenport, though, very big fan of the guy, even though I know a lot of Lions fans and NFL fans aren't. Great size, one of the best sizes you can get in the NFL. 6'6", 265, very powerful defensive end. He's very young still, 28 years old, will be turning 29 when the season begins. From UTSA, drafted back in 14th overall, round 1 in 2018 by the New Orleans Saints. Not lived up to his first round pick, 14th overall, 100%. His first season in the NFL, played 13 games, 4.5 sacks, a forced fumble, and 2 passes deflected. 2019, 13 games played, 6 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 0 passes deflected. 2020, 11 games played, 1.5 sacks, 2 passes deflected. The 2021 was his best career season, 100%. Only played 11 games. He missed 6 games. 9 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, no passes deflected. But you take away that, he had a phenomenal season back in 2021. One of the better defensive end seasons in 2021. If he would have played every single game, he probably would have gotten around 12, 13, maybe even 14 sacks. He had a very great season back in 2021, which is why I think got him the deal that he got in Minnesota and the deal that he got with us. Now, in 2022, very disappointing season coming back from that injury. Played 15 games, only missed 2. Very bad year for him. Only a half a sack. No passes deflected and no other stats there. Very bad season for him. Then he got the big deal with the Vikings. Only played 4 games there, 2 sacks. Now, if you average that out, 2 sacks per 2 games, excuse me, 2 sacks per 2 games, 2 sacks per 4 games. You average that out, that's about 8 sacks that he would have got last season if he played every single game. Pretty solid. Then he signed the 1 year, $6 million deal with us, up to $10 million, where he only played 2 games and got a half a sack. And he was very productive, by the way, when those 2 games he was out there for us. So Marcus Davenport is a guy that you absolutely have to take a look at re-signing, in my opinion. I know Lions fans don't want to hear that. But Marcus Davenport, the fact that he's still decently young in his NFL career, he's played 4 postseason games, by the way, 2018 and 2019, does not have a single sack in any of them. But Marcus Davenport is a guy the Lions have to bring back, in my opinion, especially for what his market value is, which is extremely reasonable, which I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be higher than this. It is a 1 year, $2.1 million, but they rounded it up to 2.2, which is his average annual salary, which will put him 54th among all defensive ends and 560 in the NFL rank. The Lions have to bring him back for this price point. The talent is he has too much talent to go for that low. Again, no multi-year deal, absolutely not. But if you can give him a 1 year, $2.2 million deal, you have to do it. You absolutely have to bring back Marcus Davenport. That can leave you with a lot of room in the draft to spread out draft picks, to draft a receiver, to draft a DB, to draft a guard, to draft somebody else, and you can still get a lot of production. If you did this, your defensive line is already looking much better. Hutchinson, Za'Darius Smith, and Marcus Davenport would be your top 3 defensive ends, and I do think 100% the Lions will bring back Quaden Muhammad. So, Quaden Muhammad, I'm not going to talk about him. One of my favorite signings, by the way, during the offseason. He would have got a reserve future contract, but he did sign with the 53-man roster, which means he cannot get that reserve future contract, so he will be a free agent. But I 100% expect the Lions to bring him back. He was very productive when he was with us, and he'll be extremely cheap to bring back. But so say we bring back Quaid Muhammad, which I 100% expect us to do, and we bring back Davenport. Your top 4 defensive ends for next season would be Hutchinson, Zadarius Smith, Marcus Davenport, and Quaid Muhammad. Very solid. You'd still need to add a couple more guys, 2 or 3 more guys. But if you can do that at the defensive end, defensive tackle position, your defensive line is set. So in my opinion, no, it sounds crazy that I want to bring back Marcus Davenport, but I really want to bring back Marcus Davenport. One of my favorite guys on the Lions in the aspect of the player. I think he's a great guy, great player. The Lions need to bring him back, in my opinion. No, it's a hot take, but one pride go Lions. And just watch. If he comes back and he actually is not made of glass for once and he stays healthy, he's going to be very productive for us. One pride go Lions.